We study the art of the past, mostly sculpture, painting, architecture. But in the 20th century, that expands to a lot of other media as well. I myself study paper cutting and embroidery and all kinds of things. But it's looking at that past and how it relates to our own contemporary world and the art that we make today. So visual art, the study of the visual arts, really. Students have done a whole wide variety of things with an art history major. First and foremost probably occurs to students to go on for a PhD so that they can teach at a university or college level. But we've had a lot of students who get master's degrees in art history and are able to teach in junior colleges. We even have some students who've graduated with BAs who teach in local K through 12 schools, as well as just teaching adult classes, that kind of thing. Another big avenue for our majors is to go into museum studies, and that's what curatorial references, essentially organizing, gathering visual art and making it able to be disseminated to the public. And so a lot of our students have gone into museum work, have also gone to work for galleries, have gone to work for auction houses, places where art is sold, so working in curatorial positions in that way. But in addition to that, we've had a lot of students who've gone into other kinds of things, fine arts librarians at universities, who have gone into writing for television programs, who have gone into working for archives, and other institutions have gone into working for civic and state and national bureaus that dispense art grants and awards, that kind of thing. We even have had some students now going into art law who are studying law in relationship to the repatriation of art objects, deciding who actually owns something and whether it should go back to the country that originally had those. The Elgin marbles, for example, in the British Museum in London are some of the most famous, what they consider to be stolen artworks, and the Greeks want those back. So that kind of thing in terms of art law. But a lot of our students just become really good researchers and writers. Some of them have gone into editing, even editing medical textbooks and things. So they develop a lot of skills that are transferable to other kinds of fields besides just what you would think of strictly in terms of art history. So the skills that students develop are research-oriented. Almost every upper division art history class, you write some sort of research paper, do your own original sort of thinking and analysis of those things. So in addition to developing good research skills, you develop good analytical skills, good critical thinking skills. You also learn how to write well and convincingly. You also learn good oral presentation skills. All students are required to give an oral presentation, a public presentation in their final year, so that it develops your ability to talk about art with an audience, to give a convincing sort of analysis of something. So those are good skills that are transferable, again, to a wide variety of pursuits. The thing that makes this major so different, I think, is that we are small, and you get to know the faculty really well and work with them very closely. We encourage the doing of internships at the Museum of Art here on campus, so it's a great resource for us, and most of our students actually do some kind of an internship either here at BYU, for the Church Museum in Salt Lake, or here at Springville. Plus, we've now got a relationship with some very prestigious international museums like the Prado in Madrid, for example, where we've had students go and have wonderful internship opportunities. So I think that we emphasize both the academic as well as the practical side of things. I tell our majors that they're in real luck because only about 0.02% of students graduate with an art history degree, whereas has about 25% of majors are business majors. So if you really want to find a job in the field that you prepared yourself for, art history is a good thing to go into. Art historians are very hireable in museums and galleries, those auction houses, those kinds of things you would obviously think of, but also, as I said, for a whole wide range of writing pursuits and things. So we also provide a study abroad experience every spring. So most of our students go to Europe with us, and we travel all across Europe. It's a really unique study abroad, and we have a lot of people who are competing to go on it. But the majors are taken first, and we go and see art from Greece to Italy to Austria to Germany to France to the Netherlands to England. And so it's really exciting for our students because they finally get to see the things that they've been studying in class. Art history is a really exciting major. It's not the one that your parents usually think of in terms of practicality, but as a matter of fact, most of our students are able to find related jobs in relationship to the skills that they have learned in this major. But it's a really fun major. We take field trips, we go on study abroads, we have a lot of interaction with our students. They have a lot of practical experience. We have several art historians over in the Museum of Art who work with our students. And the great thing is there's a real camaraderie because the major is small. They get to know each other as students, but we get to know them as faculty very well. And so the great thing is that we are able to individually attune our advice to whatever the students' needs are, whatever they find most interesting, whatever they want to pursue. So small major, lots of opportunities, and just really exciting stuff to study.